All of you fakes, I can see this all in your face. The evidence here is clear, my dog and dog, we building that case. Look around and nobody's safe. Just be who you are inside, no need to be who you ain't. Ain't no escape, the truth is something that you gotta face. We know who you are while you lying. We know who you are, you can't hide it, nah. Lie to me, dog, don't you try it. We know who you are, you can't hide it. We know who you are, give up on that act, we see the facade. I'm pulling your card to lay out the facts, who really outside. The only battle that you've been in be the one you fabricated in your mind. If I'm being honest, if y'all had to slide, won't none of y'all come back alive. Some of you guys ain't legitimate. Taking part in a life you ain't living in, and maybe living this either is triggering. Oh, you think he a thug, how you figure this? Boy, I bet that you run when it's rigorous. Think it's vivid, the gimmick is mimicking. Rigid when it don't go how you visioning. What I figure, you fiction. Seeing burn and dinner with friction. It's criminal behind bars, be the only time we see your conviction. Ain't none of you rappers authentic. You just play a role, you pretending. Phony testimonies ain't convincing. When you're real, then that come with a feeling of vision, revealing that all of you fakes. I can see this all in your face. The evidence here is clear, my dog and dog, we building that case. Look around and nobody's safe. Just be who you are inside, no need to be who you ain't. Ain't no escape, the truth is something that you gotta face. We know who you are while you lying. We know who you are, you can't hide it, nah. Lie to me, dog, don't you try it. We know who you are, you can't hide it.
Be honest or fall back. You lying and fall flat. I'm keeping all tabs, so when I bring up a case, why you all cap? I see through the fakes. You gotta fess up, the lies will catch up. No B in this case. It's acapella. I could never let y'all corrupt me. Okay, should've known I was better. Only God could judge me. Okay, until then it's trial and error. Real knows real, we can recognize. But you guilty until proven otherwise. What is justice if it isn't justified? A system never built with us in mind. Numerology, all I hear. Not the type to plead my fifth. I'd rather be judged by 12 than end up carried by 6.
All of you fakes, I can see this all in your face. The evidence here is clear, my dog and dog, we building that case. Look around and nobody's safe. Just be who you are inside, no need to be who you ain't. Ain't no escape, the truth is something that you gotta face. We know who you are while you lying. We know who you are, you can't hide it, nah. Lie to me, dog, don't you try it. We know who you are, you can't hide it. All of you fakes, I can see this all in your face. The evidence here is clear, my dog and dog, we building that case. Look around and nobody's safe. Just be who you are inside, no need to be who you ain't. Ain't no escape, the truth is something that you gotta face. We know who you are while you lying. We know who you are, you can't hide it, nah. Lie to me, dog, don't you try it. We know who you are, you can't hide it.
Lord, wrap the silence round him tight. Stone don't speak, but it remembers right.
Velvet on the headstone, prayers in the marble brain. Doe feathers float where the narcos never carve a name. Wool suits in the summer smell like pine box breath. Still got ghosts from the kitchen where the Pyrex sweat. Brew from the drought like moss on a tomb wall. A kilo in the hymn book, choir never knew God. Dog tags in the desk where my ledgers stay. 100 grams short, somebody bled today. Grit like the gravel at your grandmother's steps. Talk holy to the fiends, watch them vanish in debt. My mama wore black like she practiced grief. Long before the Lord came to snatch my teeth.
Velvet don't stop the pain. Still they dress him soft in shame.
Every bar been a eulogy, gritted with clarity. I got shot and came back with a charity. Velvet on a casket, mask on the driver, chrome on a coat rack. God is a liar. Cribs smell like ghosts and unswept dreams. Mouth full of bullets, I don't just spit schemes. Hospital band in my safe by the paper. Cross on my neck, but I talk to my maker like, where was you when the shot rang out? Now I peel back the roof just to let pain out. Same kitchen where the ox got baptized. Same eyes saw mama with her hands tied.
Velvet don't stop the pain. Still they dress him soft in shame.
Gird off the gravel with the seat still blood soaked. Last right scribbled on the dash like gun notes. Velvet on my lap like I sat on grief. Mac on the table, clips wrapped like reef. Machine gun prayer over soul food plates. Heard the reaper hum opera at a federal gate. China white in the prayer box, St. Jude wept. I stitch halos in the suits where the shooter slept. I talk money in whispers, marble in my diction. Buried 3 cousins, all blame the addiction. Mink dragged through the rain, smell like regret, but the tags still hang and the blade still wet.
Velvet don't stop the pain. Still they dress him soft and shame. Stone cold velvet warm, but neither one can right what's wrong.
And yeah, though I walk through the alley of the ghetto, I shall fear no evil, 'cause I carry mine.
Walk with me, gravel in the voice of the avenue. Precinct, pinstripe, blessings in the barrel groove. Confess my sins through a payphone static. Crosses hang crooked while the choir sing havoc. Psalms in my pocket, torn Bible with a blade. Mama lit candles while a syndicate prayed. Street light apostles, ghetto tabernacles. I seen men kiss rings before they broke shackles. Grimy hallelujahs in my handshake cold. My rosaries a rope where the guilty men go. Guilt in my glass, truth in my cigarette. Mob sermons echo through the blood in it.
Oh Lord, bless the sinner in a 3-piece suit. You walk through flames in a crime scene.
Brass knuckle benedictions, sermons in my knuckles. Confession ain't clean when the angels wear muzzles. Got a prayer in my palm and revenge in my stare. Every church I passed had a snitch in the chair. Organ notes hum like a warning in the walls. Pulpits lean heavy from the way the street calls. God see me kneeling with the 9 on my lap, begging for a sign while the contract stack. Funerals with suits that cost more than peace. Sermons read slow while the body count increased. Only faith I knew was in the silence of a trigger. Benedictions came from the hands of a killer.
Lord, bless the sinner in a 3-piece suit. He walked through flames in a crime scene. Forget the vows made under gunpowder skies, where every pen's in a stream and
I gave ties and bullets, broke bread in courtrooms, judged by 12. While the streets carve tunes, scripture in a cipher. Primo loop the gospel, word to my name etched deep in the marble. Mob hymns hum through the haze of the liquor. Each verse a vow, every rhyme cut thicker. Penance ain't clean when your soul's still on. I just pray that my sins get remembered as songs. Even angels meal different when they raised in the Bronx. Sometimes the only church that listened was the corner.
they sold the truth in bags with blood on the seal, and prayed to statues made from the lies they conceal.
Yeah. Wrote scriptures on cracked walls with coal and spit, where prophets bled prophecies, cold as a loaded writ. I seen Judas trade silver for a silk chain and cry over crows singing truth in the milk rain. My name etched in obsidian, blessed the scar scroll. Voice got the weight of old jazz and a war soul. Black snow falling where the angels once danced. Now it's dealers with halos and fate in their hands. These are thrones made of gunmetal and palm blood. The crown's just a target when your legacy floods. I speak in code, torture myths in a dead tongue. Even Plato bowed when the cipher got spun. Streets pray crooked, blessing sin like it's holy. I walk where the shadows kneel and killers sip slowly. Renaissance in the barrel, Louvre in a gun case. Chiseled every verse with a ghost and a numb face. Babylon fell while the trumpets played backwards. I counted the bricks they built from the last words. I speak like I owe death a debt in full, with syllables carved deep in the temple walls. Pull red sand in my footprints, echo of old kings. Mob rings clinking with scriptures on gold wings. Truth wearing war paint, silence on trial. I spit like the verdict got buried in exile.
Some dreams die quietly beneath the light.
scene. Angels cry over the deals men make. Gold teeth, gripping on a sermon from a dead monk. Lit sick, visions of Caesar, sipping from a lead cup. I bled luck in the dice games, clockwork, in fight rings. Reading Sun Tzu backwards, moonlight on my right wing. Mob ties woven through the hymns of a stone choir. Psalms on papyrus, burn edges, still blow fire. Talk like a diplomat, thoughts like a hired gun. Sharp as a scalpel hid inside a preacher's son. Scroll linked in hieroglyphs, scripts in my rib cage. Flip race to wisdom, my bar's been on fifth stage. Ancient like the curses whispered by a dying pharaoh. Still I shoot arrows through greed with a gold sparrow.
Thrones built in silence, truth buried in smoke. Live by the blade, but I die by the cross.
Brain slow, my enemies watch for the second blink while I'm scribbling verses on scrolls soaked in Edison's ink. Conquerors in my genes, Carthage in my conscience. Mob meals on mahogany, fed lies to the honest. Blueprint of a killer's grace, whispered in Morse taps. Every metaphor dripping blood on the doormat. Black robes, chessboards, books with no spine. Where poppies bloom red in the snow of my rhyme. Fed from the table where Caesar got his backstab. Still I toast loyalty and goblets etched with black maps. History bends to the pen when the sword kneels. And every verse I drop feels like Fort Seal.
Damn kings need mercy when the moon runs red. But no one prays for poets till the poet is. They lit cigars with scrolls and called it divine. Then carved their sins on statues to immortalize the crime.
I sing Caesar's sneakers, crown tilted like crime lords. Ghosts of philosophers posting up our wine boards. Cypress smoke rising where the lions once fed. Now it's soldiers in Ferragamo with silence in they tread. Marble cracked on the stories of popes buried. Where cardinals wore bullets and sins got married. I walk the catacombs, whispers in Latin curses. Each footstep a verse blood inked in the churches. Gold teeth and mosaic saints holding Uzis. The Last Supper hanging over mafiosos in jacuzzis. I spit the Iliad backwards, turn time to a cipher. Even Danny paused when I stepped through the fire.
If Josh can season, let the cold blood speak. Ash can sing and let the ruins speak. They built heaven from sins and called the angels weak.
I dine with ghosts wearing tuxedos of grief, discussing empires lost to a thief's belief. My quotes get etched and mauled by ex-assassins, their pens still warm from killing past passions. Graffiti on obelisks, prayers with gunpowder, confessions traded nightly in rooms with no power. I rhyme like Nero fiddle with Rome in the backdrop. The beats a guillotine, my voice is the last drop. Every syllable stitch from a dead king's dream. I wear crowns of regret on a guillotine beam. Even the Vatican flinch when the needle hit wax, cause my verses burn cleaner than secrets in stacks.
Some froze from bones and dirt, but truth still sings too from all the alert.
Washed in the fire, but I still smell like the flame. Preaching the shadows, calling out Cain.
Pyrex sermons, the stove was my chapel. Cook God's riddles in aluminum tabernacles. Taught to treat every gram like scripture. Got my first lesson from the blade, not the bishop. Whispers in basements, prayers with a pistol. I baptized bricks and baggies, artificial rituals. Mama lit candles, I lit a match to the foil. The tape deck hiss while the city watched me spoil. Plastic saints on the dash, crack smoke in the lungs. Every chop was a psalm, every fiend had a tongue. Guilt like tar, stuck in every fold of the soul. But I sell heaven in a capsule if the choir got cold.
Oh, the paper smell like churches, the sin smell like smoke. He knelt before the needle, but Brady wouldn't choke.
My sins wore silk suits, stitched with ghost thread. Heard my conscience through the static on cassette heads. Street lights flicker like judgment at dusk. I shook the preacher's hand and with powder in the cuff. Kept the hymn in the heater in case the devil crept. Even angels know better than to intercept my steps. Shoebox, altar, shoelace for the rope. Funeral suits hang dry beside the soap. I remember grandma's record player crying Mahalia while I cut 8s on the back of a paraphernalia. Could've walked with God, but I ran with the reaper. Left hand on the scale, right hand on the beeper.
Oh, the papers smell like churches, the sin smell like smoke. He knelt before the needle, but prayed he wouldn't choke. Clean me, Lord, from the chalk and the flame. He saw grace by the gram, but he kept your name.
Gold watch ticking on a dead man's wrist. Every for a body in a right.
Marble floors echo with the weight of guilt. Every empire's raised on the graves it built. Old portraits smirk behind bulletproof glass. Eyes that watch wars and let kingdoms pass. Cigar smoke curls like forgotten names, while heirs toast champagne over ash and shame. They bury secrets under imported stone, then name the garden after the sins they own. I seen the wheel signed in fountain ink, but the blood on the paper made the words blink. Private planes land like birds in hell, with coffins in the cargo, stories they'll never tell. A widow counts money through black silk gloves. She don't cry, she just cleans what power shoves. The cook knows more than the son ever will, cause the house help whispers what the lawyers killed.
New tombstones in old family land. Truth buried deep by cold the hand.
I heard the chauffeur once drove for a prince. Now he drives silence and hasn't smiled since. He saw a body in the koi pond float. They said mistakes happen when the help can't vote. Grandfather's office got 2 locked drawers, one for cigars, the other for quiet wars. His cane still polished, silver like sin. He beat 3 men with it and never let them in. The eldest son never saw combat, but wears a soldier suit like a silk cravat. He buys land in places where ghosts still moan, then turns them to spies, calls the grief loan known. Old money don't die, it just shifts face like shadows at dinner in a candlelit place. They build cathedrals to atone what they own, but no priest can bless blood turned to stone.
Block, I stank of the blood at the bread. Every winter's prayer got a ghost on his knees.
Dice hit the concrete like a last confession. Every number's a sermon, every roll a lesson. Corner kids gamble what fathers once lost, trading nickels for names, never counting the cost. They laugh in the shade where the reapers sit, in places where dreams ain't worth counterfeit. You can see the chalk lines and their shadows bends. Some play for money, some just play for friends. I saw a boy bet his mother's last chain, hope the roll might erase her pain. The cube landed crooked, fate ain't fair. He just smiled like death already lives there. Bodega glass cracked with the weight of lies. Pastors preach, but the corner boy tries. Elegies echo in alleyways and drawers. We write our names in ash on heaven's doors.
The dice don't lie, but the streets sure do. Just in case you're sure, every prayer you whisper got a price on you.
Used to throw bones with my uncle near gates. He said never trust silence, it always waits. Kept a rosary wrapped round a dice cup tight. Said saints and killers pray under the same light. Saw a man win 30, lose 35. Said the house always wins if you make it out alive. He wore a smile like a closing shift sign. Told me luck's a woman who forgets you with time. Some right wheels in the dice games pause. Right before sirens rewrite the laws. One kid said the street raised me clean, but his soul had gunpowder in the seams. We roll to forget, we bet to feel. In cities where grief don't got time to heal. Ain't no odds in the cradle of dirt, just boys in Jordans trying to outrun hurt.
Dice don't lie, but the streets sure do. Every prayer you whisper got a price on you. Got a price on you. Got a price on you. If heaven got dice out, placed on straight, stem it on by to make a red a pain in the game. Pressure don't pop you, it kills you slow. Every layer's a memory you didn't want to know.
I feel like the weight don't speak in pounds, it's speaking phone calls that don't come around. I feel like God busy, or maybe asleep. I've been praying in whispers just to hear me weep. I feel like my name just echoing pain, like I'm walking through fire just to smile in the rain. I feel fake around fake and real with no one, like I died in my sleep and woke up with no sun. I feel the block changed, or maybe I did. Used to dream about peace, now I just wanna live. I feel like the homies for how I bled, or maybe they remember and just hope I'm dead. I feel like my pen ain't saving me no more, just documenting breakdowns behind metaphors. I feel like love talking but the words don't land. I feel like a ghost holding his own hand.
Under pressure, but I never broke. These stars ain't show, but they still spoke. Self-doubt, just face still spoke.
I feel like the mirror got something to say, but I never ask questions I don't want replayed. I feel like my youth still sit on the roof where we smoke through the pain and mistook it for truth. I feel like I failed my brother in time, like he needed my voice and I answered in rhyme. I feel like therapy ain't in the cards, so I bleed on beats, bury the shards. I feel like this money don't matter at all when your thoughts still drown in the memories call. I feel like fame just a better disguise for the fact that I cry when nobody's by. I feel like I'm tired of being the strong when the strong feel nothing and carry it long. I feel like the streets made me sharp but cold, and I've been melting in silence, too scared to fall.
These scars ain't show, but they still spoke.
If I ever fell off, I ain't land, I crouched. The streets taught me silence, and it shout, then it shout.
Mother.
If I gotta bleed just to show them where I'm from, then bet I draw ink and red to the pavement wet. I'm the verse that slid past metal detectors. God and Tim's, sinner and lectures. Queensbridge echo in my bloodstream rhythm. I ain't rap for a label, I write like a prison. My pen carved from the curb, my script from the smoke. My pain ain't performative, it ain't a woke joke. I don't pose with the truth, I live in this weight. I spite bars for the kids that talk with fate over dirty payphones and boarded up schools where they teach you not hope but how not to be a fool. I'm the ghost in the bench, the voice in the bag, the dream that $1 in a pistol drag. They test my ring, don't not trust too straight. I won't go free screens. Make it look but it come from the pain. Keep it street, keep it soul, keep it raw in the vein. You want that pretty rap? Go chase illusions. I grew where the truth got bruised in confusions. I seen OGs die with respect but no savings, and kids chase fame through likes and fake ravens. I ain't them, I'm the cipher that crack back, the smoke from the stoop, the echo from the track. I ain't changing for charts or a camera frame. Still spit like I never had a family name. My style ain't fashion, it's survival science. Wrote lines in the shelter, my art was defiance. It's for the brothers that never got the verse, just chalk on the curb and a preacher's curse. I write like revenge, speak like dust. God in my gum line, death in my trust. So if they ask why I never left these streets, I tell them I didn't choose the mic, the block chose me. But it come from the pain. Keep it street, keep it soul, keep it raw in the vein. Don't sleep on the streets, huh? They got teeth. Yeah. Cradle me in gun smoke, baptized in back streets. Mama said pray, but the devil ran the track meets. Rocking corduroy dreams, corner store wishes. Mob ties tighter than a priest, dark confessions. Bulletproof lullabies sung in a whisper. My pops wore suits like Sinatra with a pistol. Loyalty's a blade and betrayal's a mirror. I seen brothers fade like chalk lines in winter. Raised by the click of a coat, not no rattle. Mops and tails tuck the baby bottles of battle. Learn how to aim from a man with no father. Said a made man's words worth more than $1.
Little soldier, where the sidewalks
Cigar smoke curl like a ghost from his mustache. Told me don't blink when you're living with a dust flash. Marble steps led to marble hearts, cold-blooded. Whispers in the hall where the young bucks flooded. Vinyls on repeat, same jazz with my fate hums. Every shot fires another note in the bass drum. Grandmama prayed, but the choir never came. Just sirens and silence, the choir wore chains. My cold lullaby tucked in my rib cage. Silk suit dreams with a switchblade rib wave. He kissed my head once, crony little king. Just one day the streets gon' ask what you bring.
Little soldier, where the sidewalks cry, trees built on dice, and the lullaby is alive. Patiently nodded off with a burner by the cradle, where they glaze me.
Cause Guadabon's not a dance capable.
I ain't getting no word, you a fever.
Every fairy tale out of rhyme in a place. Soft palm, only time I rest when my enemies all gone. Mob spot, soft jazz. You inherit the throne and the scars of youth, or the scars of the youth. He said, life's like chess if the circle's full of jesters. So I rock my cradle where the block been rough, and sleep to the lullaby that made me tough.
Little soldier, where the sidewalks cry, trees built on dice, and the lullaby is alive.
Shh, sleep. I sat in the seat where the stories was kept. The scent of tobacco and sweat still wept. Eyes on the mantle, photos like spells. Each one a sermon, each silence tells. Vinyl in the corner, dust like a hymn. The past ain't past when it sings through him. He spoke in pauses, carved out with grace. Even his quiet could color a space. Kitchen clock ticked like a heartbeat slow, and wisdom poured where the teacups go. Never raised his voice but raised men, with hands built rough from what he'd defend. The gospel of labor, the psalm of the soil. Truth in the kettle and truth in the toil.
He sat where time forgot to run. His silence brighter than the sun. Knuckles like knots on a prayer-worn tree. Grandfather moved like eternity. Didn't need armor, didn't need gold. He wore the quiet like stories untold. A shoebox of letters, each one a mile. Unread psalms stacked in a silent pile. He talked with glances, lessons and looks more sacred than scribbles inside of books. Fed the birds, hummed in the shade. Spoke to the dead when he trimmed the blade. Called the rain by the smell in the air. Knew when to speak, knew when to care. Never met kings, but sat like one. Throne was a porch and his war was done.
He sat where time forgot to run. His silence brighter than the sun.
Chair still there, facing west. Guess some echoes never rest. It ain't just letters, it's legacy. I ain't who they say. I'm who I am. They twisting my words, politicizing my verses, but I pen truth in the margin of Sunday service. Reporters want drama, the label wants static, but I'm just trying to ghost write peace like a habit. I ain't the God they preach, I'm the echo in pain. I'm the boy with a notebook drenched in rain. I seen preachers lie, seen killers cry, seen both sides of the trigger, still asking why. They label me conscious, militant, hostile, but I grew up with sirens sing gospel. I write in lowercase hope, uppercase fear. Talk to my pen like my brother ain't here. I learned God ain't a name, he a mirror. Sometimes clearer in jail cell than in cathedrals nearer. So when they ask who I am, what I claim, where I land, I say I'm a letter from the block sign and saying I am what they ain't. So snitch shit pain. They spell my name wrong, cause they fear what it claims.
Yahweh, Allah, Elohim, or divine. I seen God in a fiend with a dream in the spine. I've been told I'm too quiet, too loud, too black, too smart for the booth, too raw for the plaque. But I write what I see in the language I feel, not Hebrew or Latin, but truth that's real. My aunt prayed in silence, my cousin prayed in dope. Both looking for God in the same cloud of smoke. I walk between scriptures and liquor stores, between angels that hustle and devils that war. Cold teeth, white collars, or priest robes. I learned not all wolves come in black clothes. So when they reduce me to bars and charts, I just nod, write songs and protect my art. Cause I ain't your savior, I ain't your threat. I'm just the voice of the boy that the system forgets. I am what they ain't, so stitched and hang. They spell my name wrong, cause they fear what it claims.
If silence had a throne, you ruled with no name, while I wrote you in smoke and signed it with flame.
A chessboard spilled across Constantinople floors. Ink dripped from daggers I never used to wars. Loyalty's a vow signed in mercury and sand. You kiss rings that turn to snakes inside your hand. I set letters by breath folded in graved dirt. Each line stitched the silk of a trader's shirt. Ravens with razors flew past the Senate walls, while you sat in velvet shadows watching the empire fall. Genghis in the marrow, Machiavelli in my grin. I seen marble empires collapse from within. Coins with your face still floating the wine, but truth ages different when served with a spine.
You taught me that silence is stronger than steel, so I wrote these verses for the ghosts that feel.
Your suits held secrets stitched in Sicilian threads. Even your smiles bowed their heads before you bled. I walked through smoke signals, opera in the ash. Heard sermons from killers with Sinatra mustache. The code was never written, just passed in the stare. From one wolf to another, breathing ceremonial air. We drank from goblets carved out of Rome's regret, and played poker with angels who ain't folded yet. I forgave you in verses buried in bass lines. Each beatbox a tombstone and organized rhymes. Mob tactics twisted in biblical parables. Even Moses would have buckled under your variables.
I write to the silence that raised me in stone, but some kings die better when they die alone.
Yeah, I seen angels in bandanas and devils with clean hands. Hymns with a switchblade tucked a waistband then. Mama said God don't sleep, but I know men who do. Left me in alleys with hymns and a switch to chew. We wore choir robes on Sundays dipped in white light, but Monday had razors tucked tight for the fight. It's a gospel of grit, communion with fear. When you dodge both the cross and the judge in the mirror. Pop says sing loud but keep your back to the wall. Salvation's a choir but the streets still call. We prayed through clenched fists, hope in a chokehold. Sang wait in the water while the water ran cold. You ain't no fate till it costs your skin, and you still showed up just to bleed and begin.
Arrows and razor blades, trusting grace and race, saving souls with bruises deep, still singing from the cave.
The deacon sold weed and the usher pack heat, but they hugged like redemption could sweep every street. The pulpit cracked when the choir caught fire. It was gospel and gun smoke, truth never tire. I seen brothers get baptized and fade in the mist. Had halos in the photo, now chalk on the wrist. But we keep singing, broken notes, crooked spine. A hymn for the hustlers just biding their time. This ain't blasphemy, nah, this is belief. When you carry your sermon through shadows and grief. The altar got cracks and the Bible got stains, but I still wear my robe through the hunger and pain.
Choir robes and razor blades, dressed in grace and
Time don't vanish, it settles in the frame. Reflections hold stories the mouth never name. I see my shadow blink back through the glass. Wore my mother's silence like a chapel sash. Nothing but echoes stitched into the skin. Talking to a mirror like it's next of kin. This ain't vanity, it's scripture on display. Wrinkles form maps where the hurt used to lay. The girl in the frame got questions for days, but the past got a habit of looking away. I combed through my childhood like archives of grief. Found hymns in the hush, found war and belief. Got bruises that learned to sing in key. Lessons dressed up in modesty. I ain't changing, just shedding what never was mine. Like autumn dew leaves when the branches align. The mirror's a witness, don't ask for applause. It just show you your ghosts and reopen the doors.
The mirror has memory more than the eye. It holds all the faces you buried in time. You think you forget, but glass don't lie. The past watches quiet from the other side.
She said, hold your chin up, but let your thoughts bend. The reflection looked wiser than my oldest friend. Wasn't raised with riches, but I had full moons and a voice that could braid pain in the tunes. I saw myself in a crack shop window, rain trickling down like lost innuendos. Hair tied back, heart wide open, writing truth in fog like the glass was spoken. My mind is a museum and time is the curator, framed each floor like divine illustrator. Some days I feel like the version I feared. Other days I feel like I'm finally here. It's a tightrope walk with no net beneath. Faith in the fall and grace in the grief. The mirror don't blink when you wanna pretend. It's just waiting for you at the end.
The mirror has memory more than the eye. It holds all the faces you buried in time. You think you forget, but glass don't lie. The past watches quiet from the other side.
I ain't running from what made me. I'm just learning how to hold it gentler. Every scar knows its shape and the glass remembers every name I try to outgrow.
Some prayers never leave the room. They were whispered in, they just float and fold into the curtains.
I used to kneel on velvet, talk to God like a friend, but silence echoed back like he ain't gonna pretend. My grandma lit the sage, said, child, hush your doubt, but the faith in her voice had a tremble I caught. See, I grew up on hymns that wore church shoes thin, on altars built for rent, slips and bottle caps says. They told me miracles come slow like molasses in March, so I spoke in soft code, try to soften my heart. The roof leaked truth in a minor key tone, while the Bible in the kitchen smelled like gold cologne. And I wondered if redemption got a door I can knock, or if I'm just rehearsing for a eulogy talk.
All the Lord prays in the folds of the night, soft as a whisper, hard as a fight.
I seen halos in the smoke of my uncle's last drag. He told me truth is a weight that don't come with a tag. I held guilt in my chest like a hymn gone stale. Couldn't sing it out loud, so I scribed it in braille. The preacher passed out, the choir kept on. Their robes like rust, but they still sang strong. And I sat in that pew with a hole in my soul, trying to bargain with time, trying to patch up the hole. You ever cry so soft, the walls lean in like the room itself. Holding your sin, I got prayers I don't say, cause I know they still wait, folded neat in the dark with a hand of grace.
All the Lord prays in the folds of the night, soft as a whisper, hard as a fight.
Warrior prayers in the folds of the night, soft as a whisper, hard as a fight. I stitch my hope into the seams of the rug and bowed my head, not for mercy but love.
Push the edges on the beat. Tell your lady. In sepia tones, I still whisper my name. I was born in a frame without color or creed, where the echoes of struggle with scripture to read. My grandmother's prayers still drift through the vents, smell the sage and cornbread, pain and incense. The sun hit the blinds in a Morse code flash as my mother ironed silence in the linen and ash. Every wrinkle in the fabric told a sermon in grief. I grew up on lessons that spoke through a reef. The pictures on the mantle wore time like a scar. Ghosts in suspenders who dance with cigars. And I stare at the ceiling till stories took shape, till the wallpaper peeled back and turned into tape.
Shadows in the frame, still calling me home. I hear 'em in the silence, I'm never alone.
My uncle had a laugh like a low saxophone. Left for the war, but the war came home. He spoke through the rim of a bourbon-stained glass. Told me, boy, time don't heal, it just lets things pass. I walked past the church where the roof always wept, where the preacher sang blues and the organist slept. Truth came slow like a winter train's breath, but every track it laid down felt closer to death. I learned that heaven ain't a place, it's a tone. In the moan of a record when you're dancing alone. And hell ain't flames, it's forgetting their face. It's staring at a photo that time can't replace.
Shadows in the frame, still calling me home. I hear 'em in the silence, I'm never alone.
They faded from view, but not from my verse. I carry that silence like rhythm and curse.
Not the polished, not the pure, but the crack to endure.
I was born from the splinter, raised in the fault where the walls had stories and the silence could talk. My mother wore pain like a scarf in July, still smiled at the sky like the tears wasn't dry. Pops left prints on the door, none on the soul, but the lessons he skipped made me whole in a hole. Seed broken, they is proof that we tried. Every crack in my spine holds a verse I survived. The roof leaked light on the nights I would cry, so I slept on the floor where my thoughts couldn't lie. It's the jagged, the bruised, the crooked and bruised that make even scraps find a rhythm and blues.
Blessed are the cracks where the light breaks through. Every flaw I carry still points me to truth.
My cousin used to cut lines into the side of his face. Said sometimes the edge is the only clean place. I ain't judge him, just hugged him, gave him my shirt. We both wore hurt like a suit to church. We was raised on patches, stitched hope in the seams. Found warmth in the wreck and belief in the beams. I've seen gold in the rust, prayers in the case, and build temples from pain and kneel anyway. We ain't perfect, we pilgrims with pieces in hands, trying to build something sacred that still understands. And if heaven got a gate for the scarred and the black, I hope it swings wide when I carry my cracks.
Blessed are the cracks where the light breaks through. Every flaw I carry still points me to truth.
World don't love perfect, it loves real, it loves deep. And I'm just a mosaic of the secrets out.
Before they gave me numbers, I had a name. And before I had a name, I was thunder without a cape.
Yeah. My name ain't just letters stitched in a line. It's a drum beat echo from an older time. It's my grand's lullabies in a war-torn tongue. My mother's prayer when she was barely young. It's the dirt road dreams of a migrant soul. The ink in a passport that never felt whole. They call it exotic, I call it sacred. Each syllable a land that never got wasted. Say it wrong and I still rise calm, but know that my name got ancestral charm. Got queens in my bloodline, kings in my ache. Rebels in rhythm, I don't flinch when I break. When they tried to rename, I wrote in defiance. Etched every alias in spiritual science. My name got smoke, it got sky, got fight. It's a country uncolonized, dressed in light.
A name is a nation carrying breath. It's born through the silence our elders left. They tried to erase it, rewrite the claim, but I found my power when I spoke my name. Don't shorten it, bend it, or bleach its tone. This name fed the fire when I walked alone. It don't need stage lights or marquee signs. It rang loud in villages without no time. It's carved in bark, whispered through steam, a river of meaning under every dream. You ask what I rep the unheard. The girls with names too rich for your tongue's curve. They laughed in class when the roll call hit. Now my voice get looped like a parliament writ. Names ain't labels, they're spells we survive. Maps of the bloodline, ancient and live. If you say mine, say it like rain, with reverence, rhythm, and ancestral flame. I don't need borders to tell me I'm real. I built a nation off syllables they tried to steal. A name is a nation, carried in breath. It's born through the silence our elders left. They tried to erase it, rewrite the claim, but I found my power when I spoke my name. Say your name like a drum. Yeah, we'll show you this drum.
I saw my childhood peeling like paint on a tenement wall, where the echo of dice shake still answer my call. Iron steps whisper stories when I climb late at night. Rust on a fire escape shimmering under moonlight. A shoelace for a belt, chalk lines near the stoop. Auntie boiling collard greens, kids huddled in a group. We knew the world through cracked glass and corner talk, and dreams that skip like records when we tried to walk. I wrote my name in the fog on a frozen bus window. Watch it fade like my cousin after that one crescendo. The city raised wolves dressed in corduroy prayer, where the priest might bless you, but nobody cares.
Don't fall, hold on to the railing, hold on to the railing. The rust don't bite, but the silence is paling.
My notebook got stains from the kitchen floor steam, where mama's gospel played beside a morphine dream. Granny's hand shivered holding a wooden cross, told me the fire escape safe, just don't forget who's lost. I seen halos dangle from the